about. Come on, don't start with them.
Now we recording for real. Now the cameras is recording. See, everybody talking now. See when red lights pop on, you get active. But this is what we do. It's all good. No Face Hybrid on the production. Veronica Eddie back. This first time we did 2 weeks in a while. Everybody been vacationing.
Back to back.
This is back to back.
This is back to back.
Friday.
Yeah.
This is back. No, we was here Wednesday. We was last Wednesday. Listen. I know you busy.
Wednesday, Friday.
I know you busy. I know you got a lot going on. It's cool. You know, it's cool. You don't need to lose track of days. It's just your work. I'm just saying. We're not going to get into you late. But I'm going to say it on camera. I'm going to say it on camera. She was late.
But I'm here.
She's definitely here. She's definitely here. No, she gonna show up. She gonna show out. Welcome back, episode 32. Right?
Yes.
32? Yeah, that's crazy. I can't even. I can't even. So, but anyway, I was looking this week. I was looking on the internet, and like the internet's always internet, right? Like it's always jumping. And so like the thing that I always talk to, and shout out to the big bro James, like we always talk about is like people be posting stuff on the internet like we don't know it in real life, and that always kind of like blows my mind, right? Like I mean, I'm a tough guy.
Yeah.
I ain't afraid of much, but I ain't looking for no problems, so I'm not trying to put that energy out there. So I don't talk tough anyway. I mean, I just, as a man, I do what I have to when I have to, but like that's kind of it for me, right? But like it'd be some dudes, it'd be some women too talking real heavy, talking real spicy on social media. It's like, no, we know you. Like, we grew up with you in real life. And so my thing is like, are we, did social media just kill everything for us, like socially?
I think so. It's not even that they're talking, it's just portraying someone that you're really not.
Right.
Like, I see a lot of people be posting about kids and their kids and stuff like that. In real life, they don't take care of the kids. I mean, they'll get a picture from the mom, post a picture, and like, oh, this is my son at a football camp. Right. But yeah, I'm just seeing your kids and how long. So there be people that be acting like they're involved or acting like they're a straight parent and on the internet, but in real life, really suck.
Right.
And so,
Yeah. I just don't, like, I don't get it. And I think for the kids, I guess, maybe it's the same for adults. I don't know. Y'all can chime in on that too. Like, the kids be one of the likes. Right, like they're so driven by. I was going to get to that. I'll definitely give you that. Exactly. And that's kind of where I was headed. I expected a teenager to like be craving that, especially if you've been growing up in it. But like an adult is kind of beyond me. Like I don't even know how to rationalize the need for that. You know. So.
And I think it just, as an adult, it affects your life more than just. Like socially.
Right.
It's just like really portraying somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're really putting time and energy and then it's kind of like, for me, it's like that's kind of blocking your blessing. Because if you're not walking your authentic path, how do you get your authentic blessings? Like you're kind of blocking people from being able to see who you are, whether you're, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times your struggle is your testimony, right?
100%.
And then, you know what somebody told me today? Just because you're outside doesn't make you outstanding. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Actually, Rayshawn, shout out Rayshawn.
She
She told me that today.
That's
That's the problem.
Right.
Everybody, when they get behind the screen, they feel like they're outstanding. So they feel like what they have to say needs to be said. It doesn't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They feel like what they said is law. It's not. You know what I mean? It's right. It's not.
Right.
And just because 40 people told you it was, it's not. We just want to know it's not. Know that who are you to argue with? It doesn't matter if you think it's, you know what I mean? So I just, it just really irritates me. Even like with this podcast, I've had people ask me, well, like, what's up? Like, do people, you guys get views? I'm like, I don't even know where to look.
I'll show you right now.
No, I don't. That's the thing, that's not my motivation.
That's not the only reason.
Not my motivation.
Yeah, only reason I see it is because I have to post it. And
well,
so
yeah, and like this is your podcast, but like that's not like for me. Like if that's your field, like that's what you do. Like you're doing that. You invited us here, so for me, I'm like my motivation doing this isn't my views or isn't how many people are watching it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like when adults are doing that on different levels. Like you're worried about your views, and
It's crazy.
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I know we got.
I know. I post a lot with my daughter, but
Right.
that's just a lot of times for the people back in Pennsylvania, like my family, that don't get a chance to see her. And I feel like it's motivation for other people to get out there, because a lot of people, can you train my kid? No, like, you have a phone.
Right.
You have YouTube.
Right.
Right? You can get on your phone and YouTube and figure out how to train somebody.
Right.
Right? So when I do it, it's like, I'm doing it for motivation purposes. And a lot of people hit me up like, just keep posting because it motivates me to get my kid out there. I showed my kid this picture and look at this little 5-year-old. She's working out every day. So when I post, it's mainly for motivation and back for like my family back in Pennsylvania. So I mean, I post a lot, but it doesn't change who I am in real life, because like I'll take Miles out to the track and train him. Like I'll train anybody, right? And I'll keep training. But that's my goal. Like, she loves sports. She's not going to be one of those bums out there, right? She's going to have to work.
Yeah, she got to get her work in.
She got to put her work in, and she honestly loves it. She doesn't like track, the running.
Right.
I'm like, you like flag football? Yeah, you have to run.
Right.
So that's what track's for. Basketball, like, I'm tired. Well, you didn't work out this past week in track.
Right.
That's why you're tired. Like, that's all going to coexist. Every sport works differently for different sports.
It all works together.
Yeah.
In the end, I think for most people, and I think that's the, like, we were talking about, like, posting for motivation. I think that's where I didn't have the urge to really have a presence like that.
Yeah.
Like, when I first started posting over almost about 2 years ago, like, my daily thing, it only was because as I was starting to speak, what I learned is, like, a lot of people, like, your social media, your YouTube, that becomes your resume to people in the fields that I'm working in.
Right.
Right? Oh, you speak? Let me see
Yeah.
what you're doing. Right? So it's like, oh, okay, I need work. Right? I had to put something out there. And so I kind of played with the idea of, like, how do I go about it? Right? Which is weird, because most people go, oh, he's trying to go on those things. Yeah, I am. But at the same time, I've never presented that on social media in the way I have in the last couple of years.
Right.
So it was like, what can I do that's genuine? Well, I can say something positive every day.
Right.
Put some energy out there that would line up with who I am, and people know me for that, especially with kids that I interact with all the time.
But you know, putting your personal business.
Nah.
Like, it's more, you know what I mean?
It's been out there before. Not by choice, but it's been out there. I mean, I'm not going to put no fingers at, my wife or anything like that.
I mean, sometimes things need to be said.
Nah, it was...
Sometimes things need to be said.
Nah, like I said...
I don't know what code is. Because I'm quick to post something at 4:35 in the morning, and I have to erase it. So I got people like you.
Yeah, I'm going to say it.
Let me live one time.
Nah,
let me get the message out one time.
She about to tell you.
I'm selling it short. We're still.
No, I'm not thinking about that, though. I'm not talking about that.
What are you talking
I'm talking about with the ex-wife situation.
Oh.
Like, see? Now, to be fair, in that moment, when it all kind of broke down, I didn't know it happened, because at that time, my ex-wife was blocked. I just would rather not, you see what I got going on, I just don't want no problems.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't have no beef with you, but it seemed like if I might feel away at seeing your stuff at some point, because I might just be on my feelings a bit upset, but it's like, yeah, we don't need that anyway. Like, we co-parent, we know what we need to do, right? It ain't like we don't talk, we just don't interact on it. Right? And so I didn't know that, I think she was popping off about me on social media, and then my mom seen it first, said something, and that kind of stopped there, and then
I think that's when
Well,
I see it, because I usually don't see any of her posts.
Yeah,
but I think
so-
because his mom had posted on there, then
it kind of just popped off from there.
popped
And
up
so
on my
I wake up to a phone call. I'm like, I don't even want to get into that, like I said, because I don't put my personal business. But this was a phone call that I just didn't care for. Wasn't the worst thing in the world. I just some stuff like, and I basically, conversation was ultimately like, we just all look crazy. No matter who's right or wrong, like my life has never been put out there like that, and it's out there, whether it's true or not. Nobody cares because it's entertaining,
Yeah.
right? Like, so Charlamagne God always says that nobody cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining, and that's just 100% fact.
Who says that?
Charlamagne God.
Oh, that's who we're quoting.
Yes.
Charlamagne?
Yes, that's a great quote. That's not a great quote.
I just wanted to make sure.
You don't believe that? You don't believe that? I'm just saying it's a fact. He the only one saying.
Just because you're standing outside
No, that's fire.
doesn't make you.
That's not fire. But like I said,
I
it's
love that. I wrote it down.
I'm not in a quote competition.
Okay.
So two things can be true. Your quote can be amazing.
Wait a minute,
So
that's a
can
quote too. Who says that?
I don't even matter. It's relevant. But so like I said, that was probably the one time that I really like. Whatever else was happening, I'm not even worried about that because I can't remember it, which means it definitely wasn't significant or important at the time. Maybe in the moment I felt the way, but it was no big deal.
But I mean,
So-
that was something that was real though.
Yeah.
I think it's a problem when I put stuff up on social media, but then I think it's also with doing that, I don't have a responsibility, but I think it's only fair to put the good and the bad. I'm not talking about personal bad, but my struggle is also my testimony. So I can't just put up there all the good things and then portray all the good things. And then I had somebody ask me the other day, how do you want as many trips as you do? Like, what do you do? Tell them the secret. And I looked at her and I said, I'm irresponsible. I book tickets before I pay my bills sometimes. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Right.
Like, you feel me? So, but just somebody looking from the outside, and I think that's the part where you have to be truthful. Like, hey, I'm no different than you. I don't know what you might think, but we're all in the same boat. Some of us just have a different row, or somebody's row might just be a little bit longer. Right? But we're all in the same boat, and I think that's each one teach one. But I think it's the problem when we have people who are portraying something that it's not, and then we have the younger generation looking at it like it's just easy. So we have kids who think that you're going to come out of high school and just jump into recording people and now have $20 million and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then these are kids who aren't going to school because they think that they're just going to run into all this money, or you know what I'm saying? Or
Well, yeah. No, I say, and this is one of my quotes. I always say, I tell the younger generation this all the time. There ain't no app for success. You can't download it. You got to do work.
yeah.
Like there is no, if there was, we would all download it and had it popping already and made a lot of money off it. There is no app for now. There's apps where you can create wealth, right? There's things you can learn. You can learn the stock market on your phone. A lot of different things you can do with the technology and resources you have, but it still takes work. Like you can't just, I got downloaded, I'm good, put it on autopilot. You have to do the work. And I think that's even when you hear from a lot of influencers, you hear a lot of people say they faked it until they made it.
Exactly.
Right? Like they just put that energy out there like they had it. And I'm always about, you just for the job you want, not the one you got. Right? So it's like if I want to be in that CEO, I gotta get comfortable in this soon time because I might have to move around like this in that space. Right? Until I can call the wall. Right? But like I say, so I understand that, even though that it bothers me a little bit. Because like you said, I like to live my truth. So like I said, you talking about a real situation, I'm responsible. Which is dope because I think it's something that people forget in this social media world. It's like you dehumanize people, you make them something else.
Yeah.
Right? Like become something more than human to people. It's like, man, I'm living the same crazy, goofy
I
life.
want to say I look up to you and this, that. And that's another thing, it irritates me. I'm not wanting to put everything on Facebook for people to be like, oh, how great, how this, how that.
Right.
Because half of the greats are fake. And then the other half is just like, don't put me up on the pedestal. Because the higher you up, the further you fall. And the reality is, I'm human like everybody else. And so, you know what I mean? You can look at me as a role model, but don't forget I'm human.
But they will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm still gonna live how I'm gonna live, and so I'm not living up to what you feel like I might be. So if I let you down as I'm in my walk, that's personal.
Yeah.
Because I'm not out here looking for the role model.
Right. For sure, I feel that.
Title. I'm just walking the walk that I want.
And like Eddie, you known you forever. Like you'll wear your truth on your sleeve too, but you don't really necessarily have no problem doing it on social media, right? So like I've seen good, I've seen the bad, I've seen the damn, you probably should have posted that.
Yeah.
But what is your take on that type of stuff?
I think sometimes I have to, when I post the bad,
right,
like I said, I'm human. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I'm going through some stuff, and it goes back to, do people really care about men's mental health? Right.
Right.
So sometimes I feel like maybe it's a cry for help,
Right.
and maybe I do need help in that situation, or maybe I do need someone to tell me like, yo, like, are you alright, or take that down. Most of the time, I leave it up.
Right.
Like, people don't need to see it, but sometimes when cause like, nah, you need to take it down. They get too bad, you're like, take it down now. Or I have a friend like, yo, what you doing, man? Like, you alright? Yeah, alright. Well, we don't need to see that. Like, take it down.
Yeah.
So when I do post something, people reach out and ask if I'm alright. I'm like, I'm just going through some stuff right now.
Right.
I mean, like, yeah, I want to keep it up. And people are like, nah, you don't need to show people that side. But sometimes I feel like you do.
Yeah.
Show people that you need to show people that side.
Well, I think it's like for me, it's I don't care. I only got to the point where I didn't care what version that people saw of me
Yeah.
until I was comfortable with who I was.
Right.
Right? Because when you are insecure, it's hard to like live like that. Because it's pressure that everybody who wants to be themselves have to live with.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because being you is not going to be enough for some people. Being you is going to agitate the hell out of some people. Somebody gonna say you corny or whatever they gonna say because you're just being yourself. And it's like if you can't withstand that blow, like it's gonna be tough. That's why like social media is so touchy.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like, yo, the moment you post anything, it don't matter how good it is. Like you said, you can be posting you and your sons going to graduation and somebody, oh, he ain't that smart. You know, just because. Right? Just because, and like I said, we all have people who pay attention to what we do. But we're not sitting here as celebrity either, right? So it's like, as things grow, it typically gets worse.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like
you said, don't put me up there because I don't want to make you feel bad when.
Right, but they're going to.
Yeah.
That's my whole point. It's like, it's inevitable. Like, if you continue to reach people, like you said, this is not happening because there's a need to be a millionaire off of it. If God opens that door and that's what happens, so be it. Right? This is something I wanted to do for a long time. And I was like, man, and so the value is, I remember a kid put this on my brain about 3-4 years ago. I posted something. I can't remember that. I had to go back and look. But her name was Julie. She was a student at St. Joseph. And she goes, man, Mr. Davis, what you posted was so great. I can't believe it only got like 40 likes.
Yeah.
And I said, if 40 people got something out of what I said, I think I did a pretty good job.
Yeah, it's just one.
Right?
And I think a lot of times when you post too, it has to just touch one person. Somebody could go through something, be going through something, and see what you post every day. Right. And it's got to touch one person. And like, I know I see the likes, but how many people view it?
Right.
And don't get the likes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
a whole bunch.
Right. So it's like
I know students like that.
Yeah, people are looking at it.
Yeah.
Right. So you're gonna touch at least one person's gonna get touched today by what you say every daily.
Well, like Veronica said, like I think I don't talk about the DMs, the text messages.
Yeah.
Like there's things that are happening, right? Or like even I had to reconnect with a former player on some like I'm struggling, and you were the first person I talked to. I was talking to somebody else, but ultimately they said I probably should talk to you just because of what you've been through. You kind of get it.
Yeah.
So like I had to take 30 minutes of my time with that person and really let's break this down, right? And then it was like, hey, do you mind if maybe once a week or like we can do that? You know, that's what you need. So there's a lot of other things that go on that are the fulfilling part, right? Like we're not sitting here broke. We're not sitting here not being able to take care of things, right? Is there things that can be more abundant? Of course.
Yeah.
But like that's not the end all be all to why I do what I do with most people, right?
But I think that's when he said that people get mad at you if you speak your truth or whatever. I feel like that's part of the framing part.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to get to the point where how you feel about how you're moving and what you're doing is more, or you setting your boundaries. That's really what it is when you tell people no or whatever. That's more important than being upset at you for that.
Right.
Because I think at that point, then you really analyze them being upset at you, and then if that's fair for somebody to be fair, you know, upset at you for setting a boundary that benefits you, right? And I think once you get there, then it's just kind of like you don't have to put up any type of mask or anything for anybody, so then you can really fulfill what's for you and walk your path without worrying about what other people might say or influence, because however you look at it, that's some type of influence. And as long as there's other influences coming in, you can't really see where your power's at.
Well, that's who you are. Like I said, so I'm an influencer not by views, but by the people that I've been able to touch and impact. I've been able to have. No, I know, but I'm just saying, like you said, my value is in those that I have been able to help. I am an influencer, not by the letter of the social media. I get awards or whatever views for it. It's like, no, you don't. You know, most people aren't knowing what's happening outside of here. That's more valuable, right? So it's like if those same, let's say, 500 people are consistently getting something from me that's helpful from them, I can live with that. I'll wake up every day good. Right, that's more than good enough. Because like you said, if one person was holding on to something I gave them, right, like I'm cool with that. So like for me, it was always different because like I said, I lost my brother. He took his own life. So when I tell people, like that's always something I have to come to grip with, right? Because you're always in a space of like, could you have done something else? What did I miss? Right? What did he say that I didn't understand? Right? And so it made me more hyper focused on that. I'm like, man, you know, I don't know how many I can say, but I'm gonna do everything I can to say as many as I can possible. Right? So it's like it became like I said, you really have to focus on one thing at a time. Right? Because if I'm bombarded with stuff that I can't deal with, how many people are getting left without help or support? Right? So it's like hopefully if I get to the point where I have scaled up, I have more resources around me to help more people. Ultimately, like for me, that's the goal. If I'm building, it's to build more opportunity to help more people. Right? So me being up here by myself was cool. Like I'm a big ass mouth. I could sit here all day and talk. I was doing it. But I'm like, wow, I need people up here that's gonna engage me and it's gonna work with me. No, originally
I mean, he could have had me.
she could have, but listen, it always goes there. It always goes there. You know what? Listen, this last time we're recording, we'll see how it works. We gotta come to see how it works. He coming in here violating the code. Nah. But I mean, she'll be on here now, but it's more about me learning the technical side of what I'm doing. You know, so like even now I'm growing. Like today, I just worked on growing new equipment, new things that kind of help this be better. Right? So we can do more, so we can help more, right? But I'm just looking at the standpoints of helping more, right? If God blesses me with more, great, that doesn't mean I get to do more, right? If he says I'm where I'm at, okay, then there may be another avenue that he's probably trying to get me to try. Like that's kind of how I see it. Like, okay, if you kind of feel like you reached the end of this part of the journey, what else are you supposed to be doing? Because like you said, we never stop. There's always the next thing. There's always evolvement. So it's like, okay, I went as far as I can go with this situation. Let me do something else. Or how can I evolve it to something bigger, right? So like 20-something episodes or 20 episodes is like, all right, it's with me. Even less than that because then Eddie came, right? And then it was like, okay, now I probably wanted you up here probably right around the same time I was thinking about Eddie. I was like, who can be up? No, just because the whole time I started it, it was more about like who can I bring in that can really stand in front of it. Because there's gonna be times I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, right? And I need somebody that's gonna say that. I know him, so I know they're like we can debate about stuff because Eddie not gonna back down. He's not gonna disrespect my person and you and I just so like, but like there's. It's not always easy to find somebody who kind of understands the men's side of stuff. So that's why it just makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Like debating.
No, we have,
we have like basically the same
because y'all supposed to get 5 topics. We gonna talk about the 5 topics that you talked about?
No. You just said can you do this stuff yesterday talking about can you do it tomorrow? Yeah, so when we gonna do it next Wednesday? Can we do it next Wednesday?
That's fair enough.
All right, so
that's fair enough. I'm gonna let y'all have that. I'm gonna let y'all have that one.
Tomorrow.
But did you leave here last week talking about 5 topics?
Yeah.
A week ago?
And
you didn't even nothing in a week?
I did.
It wasn't a mutual decision. So.
Listen, I mean, that's fine. I'm all good with that. I'm just saying, I'm open to whatever.
I wouldn't talk about deep stuff.
we can do whatever y'all want to do. It's not me stopping it. It's you letting the ideas come out so we can put it out. We got what we need. So it's up to y'all.
I think we should talk
I
about
got a question for y'all, back on your topic. How do you think AI and the news that is now on social media affecting even the validity of social media?
Well, it makes it harder, right? Because when you have AI generated stuff, you kind of
You can't even figure
it's
out.
hard to some of that stuff. You're like, what? It
Yeah, if
looks
it's
real.
real. Yeah, if it's real or not real.
It does.
Which is crazy. It's like, who's coming up with this stuff?
Right.
AI's coming up with it. Like, and that's.
It almost turns you off to wanting to watch social media because now you don't even know what's real and what's
Right.
not.
Yeah.
So, like, I find myself, in that situation. I'm looking at social media.
I don't know. It's just right. I don't know. Like for me, like my original stuff. I don't know. It just had a little bit of everything. Like my newer things, like the Instagram things that I'm newer to. Like I had a page that was just my personal page, but then once I started speaking and I created a page like that, that page is littered with positivity. Like I don't really have a whole lot of other stuff on there. Like it's some people that I follow just because positivity of them or what they put out there, but like most of that stuff I try not to even let be on my feed. You know, and also that was a part of the reason why I started putting daily stuff out because like damn, there's so much nonsense on here. Like you just scrolling up and down.
I look at everything.
No, I mean I'm
Johnny's like, what are you?
right. No, I'm saying I scroll too. Like I look at it. It's not that I'm not on there. Part of me is like you want to know what's out there, right? I have a 10-year-old, 11-year-old, so it's like I need to see what's going on. No, not yet. I'm sure it'll come a time, but he's very much still. He's like a traditional 11-year-old. Like he just want to be a little kid. I'm in no rush to grow him up, but like I'm already prepared to like have the conversation I need to have with him because
he's 11.
Yes, sir, 11.
Oh yeah, it's about time.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it's coming quick.
Yeah.
Right, because I mean he'll be in 6th grade this year, and then it's middle school, and probably by middle school he gonna have to have some kind of communication device, which he's gonna. But thankfully, he's just never shown any interest. Like I know kids his age and younger that are like, I want TikTok, I want. So he hasn't really. He want to play his little games, which I'm cool with, but you know, it's my responsibility, my wife's responsibility to kind of teach him when it comes that time, like anybody else. Like he has to use it at some point, right? But how do you use it? And what are you allowing?
He's very much like his dad, that like give him a topic, and I think he'll just he'll talk.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
he does this when nobody is money cut up there. Like,
yeah, he can play
like,
like. Yeah. I tried to convince him today. I'm like, do you want to stream? Like, do you want to like I'll help you?
Yeah.
Because if I do it with you, I'll be okay with like you doing something that I know what's going on with.
With social media though too, it's for kids. It's just so much.
It's so much crazy.
Yeah, it's so much stuff now.
It's embedded in the stuff that's good. Some of the
I know. It's like, man, like, do you really want to show your kids this? There's someone on there that's reaching out to your kids. They're gonna go behind your back and add this person or like this, and someone's gonna reach out to them. They're gonna keep it a secret. Like, it's a scary world that we live in with the social media stuff.
Well, I think it's right. We just have a responsibility to inform best we can, right? Like, that's ultimately all you can do. Like, think of all the mistakes we made that we knew were mistakes. That we just had to walk that walk, unfortunately. And, you know, what our parents gave us was enough to probably get us through it. But, like, we did some dumb stuff. And so, like, my expectation is that he does great, but I know it's going to be with some stupidity in there just because it's part of growth. Like, I just, like, the thing I tell kids all the time is, I just don't want you to make a mistake you can't recover. Right? You can make a small mistake, but I don't want you to make a mistake where you got locked up, you could put yourself in harm's way, you got killed. Like, those are the ones that I'm really worried about. And it's heightened now because, you know, people are so fragile now mentally, they're killing for dumber stuff now.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, they don't even need no reason no more. They're just not feeling great, and now they're running in. Like, see, you had a guy, didn't even play in the NFL, but wanted to run in the NFL building and shoot up the building. Right? Yeah. So it's like, I can't protect them from that.
Right.
Right? Like, how do I say, hey, you never know. Now I can prepare you best I can to how to know your environment, kind of be able to see things, what's going on, paying attention, being observant, what to look for, like those things. But even then, it's like in real time, can you, right? So like you were last week talking about, you weapons training, right? And so, but there's so many people who have that training and will still freeze if the moment presents themselves when they have to do something.
Yeah.
No different than when you're talking about being on the plane.
Yeah, well, I mean, something happened with me and Johnny, and because I have flight, I hit the gas. And Johnny has literally hit my leg, like telling me to stop. And then that was the first time I think he saw like how I react to something like that. And he literally had somebody drive around the corner and he got out. But yeah. So I know he won't freeze, but
no, but I'm saying like it's a lot
that
of people.
scared me.
Yeah, for sure.
And when he saw, he's like,
yeah, because like I've seen something else.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, he's from a different part of Cali, where it's a lot more active. So it's like he's not as reactionary to certain things, And depending on where you're at too, it's like it's certain places I can go on Lompoc that I'm paying attention. I'm not super worried, but I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
Right? And so like if somebody's not from here though, they go with me to some of them places, they might freak out. Because they haven't been exposed to, the things that I've seen. And he's talking about even the worst of it. People don't really understand that.
Yeah.
Like what they think is bad. Like a bad year of death is like a weekend in Chicago. Now, does it make it good? No. But it's like when you put it in perspective, it's a lot better than what people give it credit for.
Yeah.
So it's like but we went through that in, I've been through a million active shooter trainings. Especially when I was working in education. You go through them all the time. And it's like you have these people come training you, the fight or flight and all that stuff. It's like, listen, most people are going to freeze.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. It's just a fact. Right? Now, I know what I'm going to do. I've been in enough situations. I'm a combat veteran. I've been through things. Now, and I tell people, the moment ain't never what I was worried about. It's when it was over.
Yeah.
When it was over, what I was going to do. Because I don't know how quickly I'm going to be able to calm down or what calming down looks like. Right? And so that was a big part of me too, stepping away from education. Because once I went through some things in my job where I had some things I had to take care of, I didn't come down for days. Like I was kind of still up. I was on edge. I was agitated. And then like the way the evolution went with some of the people kind of threw me off. And, and then when it's life when people assume it's life or death, they will love to put blame anywhere but where it belongs. Or when they don't understand, they just throw blame in places where it don't belong. So I was like, I don't want to do that for people who don't understand really what's happening. And it wasn't until something happened when I was gone, where they're like, oh, Mr. Davis, we wish he was here. But so it's like I say, I say all that to say, like I said, there is no. What is the preparation? What does that look like? Like for
social media?
For not just in general. Like social media, yes, because I think you're going to encounter most things there first, right? Like anything you're looking for, you can find it, whether it's on social media or just the internet in general.
I mean, I think we're talking about, it's not like how do you
Yeah.
Oh, I think you have to raise your kids at home. Like you have to raise them right. You have to raise them with structure. You have to raise them with boundaries, and also with discipline. Let them know, well, my son was in 7th grade. One of them was in 7th grade. And I found out there is something broken on the internet. And I took their phone. They took the phone for like a year. Like, I didn't grow up in a house where we got grounded.
Right.
Like, we got looked.
Yeah.
And it was over. Like, my parents didn't have time to remember, you're off grounding on May 23rd. Like, they don't have time for that. So, like, with my kids, it's like, you don't know how to respect your device, so you won't have it.
Right.
When my son was acting up on the PlayStation and didn't know how to talk online, or in my eyes, you're not being respectful enough to me, the listener.
Right.
Because see, you're smart, I'm smart. So if you're gonna say it, I know you're gonna say it. Like I can't stop you from saying it.
Right.
But at least, right? Because you gotta think about what you do before you do it.
Right.
So we never had that problem again because they didn't have a PlayStation. I told them, you bring bad grades in there, I'll throw your PlayStation in the street and run it over. And I said it this home.
Why did you do that?
No, but I said it at home.
I believe you.
Those my kids straight A's and B's.
Yeah, I feel
I've
you,
never
though.
had a problem
Yeah.
with their grades, but they know that I'm so
Nah,
serious.
and I think that's what it is.
We don't bend. Like,
Yeah.
you know, bend.
We're not playing with that.
You have bad grades, so
Yeah.
what you supposed to
Yeah.
do this, or I don't care about people thinking you're not cool. You being cool or having fun. None of that matters to me. Not one thing matters to me except you get good grades.
Yeah.
And if it affects your mental health because I'm pushing you to get good grades,
We had to do that with Miles one year.
you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
like at
yeah,
the
a
end of
little
the
bit.
day, I feel like that's what you have to do at home, and then you won't have a lot of problems outside the home or with the phones or with the social because they know like
Right.
who controls it.
Yeah, we not playing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those parents, whose kids yell at them, "Don't my phone, and that's mine." And I wish my
You get your head cracked.
My
You get
kids
your
But
are
head
again, you
cracked.
don't know what's real and what's not. But you know, because again, they'll allow them to act like that on social media so they can have it. Like, who's videotaping this? right?
have.
No, I'm saying like on social media.
There's parents that I know who won't take the phone.
Right, but what I'm saying is you've got them on social media. Who's videotaping these kids acting like that on social media when they're yelling at their
Oh, well,
parents like
typically,
that, right?
Oh
Because-
yeah, but I'm talking
because
about.
why?
So
I'm
then
having
sit
the
down.
conversations with the parents, and the parents are telling me how they can't control their kids,
Yeah.
or how you know what I'm saying. Their kids are doing this or doing that, but they get all Fs, but they still have a phone though, because Amir was just on the game with them. And
Right.
how does that work?
Well,
In my mind,
it
that
shouldn't.
doesn't work. Right?
It does over there. But
And those kids in the long run are not going to be
oh yeah.
right in society,
Right.
Because they think they're going to be able to get away with everything.
But I think it starts young. I mean,
Right.
it starts in kindergarten when
Yeah.
they don't want to write their ABCs, and it's like, oh, you know, okay, well, you're also not watching a movie. Go
Oh,
lay
yeah.
down.
That's
Yeah.
what, like, my daughter, she has nothing right now besides training for soccer or now flag football. But before it was track, but still training. She's like, no. So you're going to sit in your room. It's the same mom's house where you can get away with everything.
Right.
Hey, like, you're going to do something. You're not going to be on your iPad. You're not going to be watching TV all day. You can go do something first, and then you can get what you want to do. No, I don't want to do it. Okay, well, no, you're not coming out. Stay in the room. You're in the room all night.
See, she had a whole lot of butts coming back.
Yeah.
She talked a lot.
Yeah, like, no, you're in that room. Nothing.
But I think that's too. It's a
And sort of I'm gonna do a training. I haven't had an issue since. She's 5 years old, but you're not coming in the house and just not doing anything.
But I think she overall she worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
At
That's
five,
the
she
thing with
coming.
Hey, listen, she
Structure.
she
And it starts,
she
right?
gets it.
Yeah.
But I can speak for that. You know, I've trained with her. She trained with me. You know, basketball stuff. Like she gets it. She do what she's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And that she doesn't get a nudge because I've seen her come in here with her moms. I've seen her come in here with her moms, and I want to leave her mom's side. I'm like, yo, Lisa, let's go now. I ain't no stranger.
Right.
You know me. You know, I just know who I am. Like, you live across the street. But look, but the moment Dad walked in the door, hey, let's go get your ball. She got her ball rock right over there and got to work. So like, it's not. And don't get me wrong, it's a balance somewhere in there.
There is a balance.
There's a balance somewhere in there. I can't say exactly where it's at, you know, because I don't like the argument. But like Miles be trying to say something to her and it be taking me everything in me to like, just let her handle that. Because I be wanting to get a, nah man, who's you talking to?
I use mine.
What does she say? That's the end of that. But I don't want to undermine like her
That's
too.
not undermining.
But nah, I don't want to get no out of her. If she's handling it, I won't let her handle it. But I'm gonna still check him.
Yeah.
Like he did some goofy stuff yesterday. And he was all in his feelings, and I had to go follow him in the room. Hey man, what are we doing? And I told him, he came out and said, the problem, and he basically spilled something, right? He had a shake. He said he had a shake up here.
He put his
He-
business.
No, listen though, listen.
I
But see, y'all ain't catching it. Y'all not catching it. I'm like I said, I'm chilling. Like I just got home. I'm trying to like kind of. I know next week I'm full go again.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like really just not do nothing, which is hard. But whatever. So I'm downstairs and I just hear the fussing. And like he says he came down and said he spilled the shake. Cool, right? So I'm thinking, okay, you know, she's like, all right, I'm gonna go through clean it up. Next thing you know, it's an argument. So I'm already mad it's an argument
Yeah.
because there shouldn't even be no argument,
Yeah.
right? And so
was just trying to get him to understand.
yeah, but he basically started making excuses. Like, you know, this would happen, this and this, whatever. So when he came downstairs, I told him, I said, the problem is you're not accountable, son.
Yeah.
And as a man, accountability is everything. Like I said, it would have been real easy if you would have just said, hey, I made the mistake,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and moved on. We'd have been over this. But you're trying to justify now How you gonna spill the milkshake and all these reasons why you gave yourself a bigger issue instead of just saying I made a mistake. There's no trouble in I made a mistake. Accidents happen, but because of that, he huffing and puffing. And, what are you crying for? Like, what's going on here? Because I ain't, in the same tone I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't raised my voice. I'm real good about talking to him. He knows, like, usually if I go off the handle with him, he done said something. He done said something to his mama, and I had to, I use a lot of words that my mama probably wouldn't like me using, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't, but like I said, at the same time, if I say mom's gonna do something, that's it. There ain't nothing to talk about. So I need that for your mama as well, consistently. Because that's your mama though. You know what I mean? So that's, we just, like I said, I had a dad, I had a great dad. We all had dads, but my mom was my mom. Right. That was protection at all costs. That's my responsibility, right? It's peace and protection. I provide her peace, I provide her protection. That's my job for the rest of my life. And ain't nobody, not even my son, get to mess that up. Because it's stuff start rolling back on me. Let me tell you. Son, it's going to be a problem. Jordan, like biologically, Jordan's my older son. I have my son with her that she has. So there's, 5? She had 3 boys.
Biologically, this is your first.
With her, this one, we the only one we had together. It's Miles.
Okay.
And then, but with my ex-wife, I had my son Jordan.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah, it's the older son. Yeah. But we just, like I said, with her, is I would say there wasn't as much discourse with my ex-wife as most people probably thought. We just didn't see eye to eye, like probably a handful of things, really, to be honest. But as far as like taking care of the kids, we was pretty solid about like what needed to be done. And we had 2 great kids, and having a daughter who's autistic and going through what we was going through between me and her, not being together, everything worked out great. But like I understand that's not normal. You were talking about here in the past, like our situations aren't the norm. And the one situation I talked about earlier is really the only situation that ever got to that point. And it wasn't even. It was just she just should have never said what she said. But I never asked her to take it back or take it out because I'm like, you gonna believe what you gonna believe, and people who's willing to believe whatever you posted they don't know me and don't care to know me anyway. They just gonna believe what you said. So I can't invest in that. And the conversation was like, if I do 1,000 things right, you'll never care. You'll just talk about the one thing I didn't do.
Did she listen to your podcast?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I don't care though, because at this point it's like, if you're not mature enough to deal with it, which I think she is, I don't think she's not, but I'm like, I would think that'd be crazy if she wasn't. But I'm not saying anything, I'm not crossing the line because I never offered up what actually happened. No, but I'm saying like, I wouldn't know. No, I'm saying like, I wouldn't know. Goofy. Because I wouldn't know. I really wouldn't know. I'm just saying like.
Listen to podcasts because you talking about it a lot and you're like, oh, she said anything about the podcast.
No, I think she wouldn't because there's nothing to say that's. I would never do anything harmful or hurt to her. Like, that's still the mother of my kids. So I'm never going to cross the line when it comes to her. Like, I don't, and she's pissed me off, but I'll never cross the line.
I was just on the phone with my attorney today.
For what?
Child support.
Oh, boy. You still got that coming?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, I know that. That doesn't go anywhere. Trust me. I pay mine. Yeah. That does not go anywhere until that past due bill comes to the current.
Yeah.
It's gonna be there. That compromise everything. You can't go nowhere. You can't do the country. You can't do nothing. Like they shut you down.
I'm going for a contempt order.
I mean,
you gotta do what you gotta do when you gotta.
I'm not for your situation. You ain't gonna do nothing because I know the whole situation. So like I'm not like fuck the money. I know what you're gonna do personally. No, I know you don't want to say that, but I'm just saying like, no, I'm saying like, you do that. No, I'm saying for like, you do. No, I'm saying like, you're supposed to, you deserve the money, but I'm saying like, I know everything.
Yeah.
So like, you deserve more than that. That ain't even enough. That's not even enough, right? Because it's like, there's certain people don't understand certain things that happen. You can't get it back. You can't change it, right? You can't unsee it, unlearn it. You know what I mean? It's like, those are things that, for some people, they never get through it.
Yeah.
So, like, I can't put a dollar amount on that. So it's like, so like you man, hopefully that works itself out. You got it. I mean, it's gonna happen at some
One way or another.
No, it's coming.
Out.
It's coming. He ain't got to check nothing. Can't go to check nothing.
No. He's working under the table.
That's all good. God bless that man. You know what I mean? I don't wish no ill will on nobody. Just
so
take care of this. Yeah.
He'll be okay. He'll be okay.
Do you care?
But I don't.
Oh, exactly.
I mean,
you don't care if that man is okay.
I don't, but he will be one way or another.
He ain't got no choice.
He doesn't have the
He ain't got no
choice.
choice. He ain't got no choice.
California's gonna work it out.
They always do. It's a cold. That's a whole other episode that I don't even want
Is
to.
it a cold day or is it a warm day?
That's a cold episode. The child support episode is crazy. It's gonna come, but like
I'm here for it.
I want to let you get your bag first, and then we're gonna. When we get the first installment in, we might have had a conversation. But this is important.
It is important.
It's important not because, but I think it's only because when people talk about child support, I think the assumption is that it's about not paying. It has nothing to do with not paying. It has everything to do with the system being jacked up.
It's not my fault.
No, like I said, your situation is very. Your situation is unique. No, I'm saying like, your situation is unique. No, your situation, like I said, I don't
like when it's used as weapon.
That's what I'm saying.
I also do believe that, two people can go in court and
figure it out.
Now, a lot of men don't like to exercise their right because of certain reasons, but
it's prehistoric, though. I think at this point,
it is, and I think that that's unfortunate. And I definitely tell men all the time, especially good fathers. I work with fathers at my daycare, and I push men to advocate, teach my sons to advocate. But I mean, I also tell men and women you have to take care of your responsibility.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I mean, if you don't, there's a whole court system that will just help you take the stress off your back.
We all are responsible. And I guess that was always the big picture thing for me.
I think a lot of misconception too is when a woman or a man gets on welfare, they automatically go after the other parent for child support. And sometimes that brings a rift between the parents, especially if you don't understand the child support system.
Yeah.
How
they don't feel
no, they're not. If it's two parents and the mom or the dad never files for child support and they're amicable the whole way, they don't come after you.
Well, that's state of California or just in general?
That's the state of California.
Because mine was handled outside of the state. And the moment that happened, they came right for me.
For a divorce?
The moment she was on assistance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The moment you get on assistance.
They came, child support came from me.
Yeah, so she didn't do that.
So, that's what I'm saying.
That's in every state. I didn't understand your question.
Okay.
In every state, that's how it is.
So she told me.
No,
I was just like, all right.
But that's how it is in every state.
I'm not tripping.
What a lot of men do.
Yeah,
especially if, you have a lot of families where people aren't married, but the man and the woman are still doing the best they can.
Yeah.
And when the woman or the man, because the man has a child, goes and gets on welfare, then it goes and it puts welfare on the other parent's back, and because they're not married, that parent who's on welfare can't stop them unless they want to stop that payment. Well, if the kid's got to eat, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Well, then, and that other parent doesn't understand, I'm not making them do this. This is the only way I can get it. It causes a rift, and I think that's a big issue too. And that's why it's important for women not to use welfare as a correction to get off of it, because you have as much responsibility to provide adequately for your child as the father does, not being on assistance.
Right.
So
no, I get it. And that was my thing.
But in my situation, I mean, I wasn't on welfare.
Like I said,
he got put on child support.
You are not
I
alone.
walked in the child support office and I filled out the paperwork. Nobody initiated it but me.
But your situation, I know,
nobody did it. I did it because I wanted to. So I just, and that's okay.
No, that's what I said. I don't have a problem with it. And that's the point I was making was, when I was told, like, we just kind of dissolved everything. So I'm in complete rebuild. So, like, being a veteran, I had services, but I didn't have a job at that moment. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I don't have no insurance or nothing. That wasn't an option. So, like, if that's what you got to do right now, okay. You know what I mean? Like, I can't have my kids not covered, not being able to get services if something happens. Do what you gotta do. So it never worked.
You know what's crazy is if you're on welfare, the order that the state puts on the father for child support is less than what it'd be when you're not on child support, when you're not on welfare.
Well, we were able to draw ours up in our divorce decree, and then they accepted that. So we came up with a number. And then that's the number we went.
So you guys agreed?
Yeah, we agreed on a number.
Never had an agreement.
No, we agreed on a number. Well, the number was presented to me. I said okay. And then, so I was able to do that number. And then, like I said, it just changed later.
You were smart.
Yeah. Well, just lawyer sent it to me, my lawyer, and it was good.
But the calculated
numbers
that are right. A lot of people don't understand. You need to take that number. That number is not going to go down.
That's like, you want to put this in there.
That's the state amount. That's not what she said she wants. That's what the state calculation says.
I don't want you to run none of that. Like I said, for me, it was. I guess it was for me, but at the same time, I still didn't know the system yet. I was just more so, I can manage this and still do what I need to do. So I wasn't tripping like that. It never registered me. Like I said, paying it never registered me as a problem. I never cared. But once your aunt sounds before you start hearing horror stories about it from other people. And some of them was like, oh, you got what you deserve. Right? Or then, like, my wife, she was the first woman I really was personal with who actually was paying child support. Right? So then, she had her stories about it. So I think
I was going to forgive it at a time in my life, and I had a male tell me, why would I do that? He said he hasn't been making any type of good faith towards the kids or towards anything, and your kids are going to do it. Even if you feel like they're not, your kids are going to have things that they're going to do it for the rest of their life because he didn't take responsibility. So why would you let it? And when he explained that to me, and this was one of my brothers, actually. He explained that to me, and I was just like, you know what? Like, you're right. Like, why am I getting, like, why did I wake up and my heart soft? Like, his heart hasn't been soft for his children for years. So why would I? But on the other side, I mean, they get to the point where you're paying more in interest than you are in child support. Man. It's a hard knock a lot.
That is a hard knock for real.
That interest.
So that was I had to pay a lump sum.
But I ain't in that.
No,
I'm hoping he comes with a lump sum.
No, I had a 6-month stretch where just life was whooping my ass. It was whooping our ass. We was going through it. And it just got me behind to the point where they called me like, is everything okay? Because I was doing so well. And so, but like I said, that 6 months turned into a lot more money. Because even though your checks are getting garnished, it doesn't mean when it's over, everything is caught up. Yeah. And they're still trying to do interest the whole time.
Well, my attorney just explained that to me today. He was like, because you have a couple different orders, and so one was retroactive, and so you were still getting paid from that.
Right. So I had my original order was in North Dakota. I moved to California. She ended up moving to West Virginia. So you got 3 people trying to deal with a case, and initially somebody telling me I can't even help you because she's not in California. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm paying from California. It didn't matter. Right. And so but my whole thing was it got to a point where it got raised. Right. But I had a lot more revenue streams. I had to scale it back. And so when I didn't have all that revenue, I'm like, this is a lot to pay based off of what I have, and I don't have all that income.
Every time you gotta go
but trying to get the modification, going through all them stages,
you gotta go to that.
It's still that thing is still building. It's still getting more and more. And so even though I'm like, listen, I can do this. This is what I can get. I don't have that. I have this. Right? And just keep doing that. It's like, you're telling me that, but I'm getting calls, I'm messing with stuff. So this is the coldest part of the game to me. And this is one part I will say, okay? Because they can put a lien on your account. Okay, and like I said, I was not bad at this time. Do you know they put a lien on 68 cents? So why would you put a lien on 68 cents? So when I talked to the lady,
$10 before.
No, but I'm saying when I talked to the lady, I called, I finally got to the right person. He was like, I'm sorry, Mr. David. I'm like, I'm not ducking. I'm doing what we agreed upon doing until this level's out. So, like I said, I didn't blame nobody for me being down bad. in the moment. It wasn't nobody's fault. I wasn't saying address that. Just like, I'll figure it out, but I'm gonna just do what I can in the meantime. And I mean, it was funny when I was done paying. It was 6 months after my son turned 18.
Yeah.
So it's like because of the interest, my last probably 4 months I wasn't even paying child support. I was paying off interest. So the point I was getting a check. Like,
Man.
Well, I'll put it like this: he's probably paying off child support right now from when Benny was 10. And Benny is what, 20 now? So Benny's child support stopped at 18 and Amir's only 14. So he's still paying Benny and Amir's from.
I mean,
and all that is it's
stop the water, Eddie.
I already know.
I told last time we actually had a conversation, I told him you'll be paying for our grandkids. That's what happened. That's how long you'll be paying for. You'll be paying for our grandkids. Let's
Should
agree with
everything
it.
50-50.
No, I mean, to me, I would like it like that. I would really like it to be that way, right? When we just kind of take care of everything happen, but it's a very unique situation where you get that.
Yeah.
Because like my thing is at some point, I say, like I have a friend who, he has his child part of the week and then mom has child the other part of the week. That's just not a move around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
And as the child gets older, the child
they start choosing.
They start choosing, and they have the right to be like, I don't
Right.
know, why do I have to bounce around?
Yes, want to be here or there.
It starts to be less about, well, dad wants to see you or mom wants to see you, and more about, well, what's in the best interest of the child? Or
Right.
does she play games when she's at your house and not get up on time? Or what's better, the better fit?
But I think that's the.
So we
That was
parent pretty good with that situation. Like I said, I'm gonna call mom. Get up. No, call mom. Like, so we bounce each other off, and then it's like I told her like one time I went to go pick her up, and I'm like, what's wrong? She was like, oh, she wants her iPad. Agnes, I told her we're not doing an iPad. Why is she on an iPad at a baseball game? Her brother's baseball game. There's kids, she can go play. She don't need an iPad to watch the baseball game. She said you have an iPad, have a leave
Mom's
for
name is Agnes.
Agnes. Yeah. And I'm like, she's like, she has an
Shout out
iPad.
Agnes.
I'm like, man, she got a leave
My
for
neighbor.
it. She was like, all right.
She lives across the street. Literally across the street.
Daggone.
Wow.
He pointed in the wrong direction.
Yeah. So
That's the gate right there.
yeah, so soon you come up, she's
right on the corner.
So I'll walk over there. So yeah, like no iPad or nothing. So we coexist like.
No, y'all do a good job. It works. It's respectful. It stays where it needs to stay. It never spoils over social media, right? It just stays.
Which is, you guys both give each other value of being in their life in a productive way. And that's like so important.
Yeah.
It's dope. Like when you see it, like even me when she'll come in the gym with Elise and stuff, it just be dope to me like to see them interacting. Cool, right? Because like I said, it's so infrequent that you get to see that. You normally get to just see some.
Like at the videos, like basketball games, and the videos post, her mom posted me and takes them, sends them to me. Like, all those pictures and stuff. Like she were playing, her mom takes all the videos, sends them to me. So it's like we definitely like you post. She has at least has an Instagram page. You post, she was like, I'll just send you the videos and the pictures, and you can post them. Like, all right. Even with like
still teamwork.
Yeah, like flag football costs $300, right? So now I paid for soccer, and then I paid for basketball. She's like, no, you paid for all this. Like, we're not gonna go half. I'm like, all right. And she's like, you paid for all the cleats and stuff. I'm like, all right, whatever. You sure? She's like, yeah. So it's like, but whenever 50-50, yeah, here's our money. It's in the cash app. It's never, oh, no, like, I can't, I don't have it. Just like, no, it's like, we're always pretty good with that.
I think that's and even this is important, I think, like, y'all keep good people around your daughter, which I think is an underrated part of co-parenting. Like, right? Because me and you could co-parent, great, right? But who you have around is just as important,
Right.
as is co-parenting together. And what are they putting into my child's mind, right? What are they, like I said, what are they allowing my child to consume? I think is a very big deal, right? Like I think nobody talks about that part that much. I think for me that was always my thing. It's like who's around. So it's like when she was dating, it'd be more about like, hey man, okay, whatever. Like if something wrong, my kids tell me.
Right.
They don't tell me. They know. I'm not worried about that. You know what I mean? Like what y'all got going on something. You know what I mean? So, but like when she got married, I knew it was like okay, like she's not a knucklehead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now she's not marrying somebody who doesn't have the best interests of our kids at heart because she always did. So that kind of, I think for the most part, we just did each other's business because of that.
That's what people say to me. Like, she just had a baby girl, her mom, about like 2 weeks ago. I think people were like, you know her boyfriend? Like, I know his name. You don't know? I said, that's not my business. Like, at least he's old enough to come back and tell me. Like, and I respect her enough to not continue to bring different guys into her life. And I feel like she's smart enough to bring someone that's going to be positive in her life, because that's how she was with me around her son. Like, I didn't meet her son right away. It took a while.
Right.
I mean, so I feel like she has a good foundation around her, right? And I think like she's not going to bring someone that's going to cause harm to her kids. So it's like, I know.
You trust her as a mother,
and
she's a good mom.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you don't have to question her judgment.
I won't.
But don't that be
a
like,
boyfriend, a friend?
Right.
but that be the problem.
And he shows up to the games. How you doing, Mr. Doug?
But we don't focus on that part.
He calls you Mr.
No,
Doug.
I call him Hype because that's what the least calls him. So, how you doing,
I'm saying,
Mr. Doug?
we
How
don't-
you doing, Mr. Doug? So I call him Mr. Doug.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah, so I call him, how you doing? Good, good. He at the games and no issues with talking to him. And he just, my priority is my daughter.
Right.
And I think,
But I think that's where it stays
yeah,
at for you,
yeah,
right? It's like you stay there, and I think most of us can't stay there
Mhm.
because of whatever else we're feeling.
like
It
her,
goes beyond that.
yeah,
Like, no, I damn near don't want to see you doing good,
yeah,
right? So, who is this other guy? Who is this other girl, right? That happens.
But low key, I don't. Let me see him doing good.
No, but like I said, it's
right.
You
yeah,
are-
it's different, yeah.
you're not the norm. You're not the norm.
But you're not doing it in a sense
And
of
you're
like
not-
jealousy,
yeah.
right? Like
No,
you don't
spite.
want to get back to
No,
with
spite.
him,
No.
but like
No, it's a little spite there. It's a little spite there. No, it's a hey. I can't even say a little spite. It's a lot of spite there, which is fine. But like I said, that don't bother me because, like I said, your situation is unique. Like that's a conversation that's not for the cameras, right? Like that's something that you can talk about on you and Shantae's situation. No, if you wanted to get to that point, you and Shantae can handle that. Shout out Shantae again.
Shout out, Shantae.
His old
Buy some stars. I bought
what's it
I bought 200 stars.
and I'm gonna go back and mess with her because it's not. I tried to tag her today, and it wasn't Shantae. It was something else.
Her name's Nicole now.
Nicole News. Was it
Nicole.
newsletter or something? I'm messing it up. I apologize, sis.
Nicole.
All right, so
Buy her some
don't say that.
stars.
Listen, buy her some
Why
stars.
Nicole?
Listen, that's a whole nother.
Because,
We go on YouTube. We going.
No,
Listen,
because
hey,
Nicole and her-
listen. We about to. Yeah. I think she
Yeah,
has some
I
issues.
lost it. Yeah, I think
She has some issues with some people. She got some fans that she don't want.
Yeah, she's
I
a really content
gotta
creator.
follow this girl.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. And if you look, it's not in the one I posted today. It's she wanted people that are with her. She
Stars
doesn't
are
want
only
people
$2.99
that-
for 200 viruses.
Oh, buy her some stars, man. Definitely, we supporting the fam, so it's never not that. But I'm just saying, like, one day when y'all get to think of your own situation, that'd be a good conversation. I think that'd be dope when you're ready to talk about that. I think it'd be crazy. Without the spite.
With the child support, there's always going to be the spike was paid off.
No, you can't live your life.
Yes,
No.
I'm doing great.
Listen, I'm not saying you're doing bad, but like, you're more than all right. You've done so well without it. Now, listen, if you have it, I'm sure. No, I'm not trying to win. I'm not trying to win. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying. All right? Because I know where this is going. I know where this is going. No, I'm not asking you to forget.
He out there spurging and doing things that he shouldn't be.
No, I'm just saying she's gonna be up. She's gonna be all the way up. Listen, everybody, hey, we all about to get the money. I want you to get the money. But I'm just saying is you've been good, you want to continue to be good. You know that. So that's what I'm saying.
Some barber shut up when I was
Hey.
Oh, I never need one of them. But you never know when you need somebody on retainer. You know, the thing, life's crazy. You know what I mean? Life's scandal out in the world.
But the biggest thing is for me to show my kids how you have to take responsibility for what you do in life.
Fair enough.
Me and my husband, we don't have kids, but I tell him, he says, you would never do that to me. I said, yes, I would. Yes, I would take you for child support. And he says, "Naive." Yeah, I would. It's not. I'm not like. It's nothing personal. Like, oh, I'm just trying to get.
No,
it's nothing personal.
Why are you having that conversation?
Because you should see how we talk.
Listen. He's more than welcome to come up.
He says random stuff.
He need to come up here.
So I have to be honest with him. When he says
That's
random
fine.
stuff, I have to be honest. Like, yeah,
No.
I would. Luckily, we don't.
It ain't about honesty. It's about tact. And
Well, how was I gonna say it?
I don't know.
Yes, you would.
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
And I still love you.
Yeah. Well, like, why are we
It's still open.
how
How
are we there? How do we get there? Like, how do y'all end up in? No, that's not
He
even.
just said, he told me about what he knew. He said, I would, and I told him it's nothing personal. Like, because at that point I felt like
Yeah, now he's challenging you.
He's challenging me, making me trying to look like a person that's personally attacking somebody.
Why you let him challenge you like that? Why you just like that?
Because he's a Gemini, so it's that other side of him. You know what I mean? And so I had to let him know that this Pisces, I see where he's going, and we're gonna swim back. And so that's what he did.
I mean, he
Shout
got
out to
to
Johnny.
Shout out to Johnny, man. We shout out Johnny out. You know what I'm
Yeah, John, you
saying?
gotta see those.
Johnny got to pull up.
The other day,
Yeah.
I hope this part gets clipped.
he was
So
putting me
we
on
can show
YouTube,
Johnny.
and he put me on the TV. He was like, "Oh, look at you, Veronica, you put me on the TV."
That's what's up. You know,
I hate watching myself on TV.
you don't watch yourself?
No,
I don't know.
I listen to it.
I don't even do
And when I
that.
see the clips, I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
That'd be great though.
You don't watch it? You don't watch it when they come up
I
on your
never
feed?
watch
To be
it.
honest with you,
I just
I
put
don't-
it so it comes up on my feed. But I never watch it.
I don't watch anything. I don't even listen to it back. I move on. Once it's over, it's over.
Yeah, that's.
The very first one.
Which I probably, to be honest, I should to get improved on. It's like being
It's
a
like
coach.
improve, I
You gotta
guess,
improve
yeah.
by watching. So it's not that I need to start doing a better job of that. But I just be like, once it's out there, it's out there.
There's people who like start talking to me about it, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Oh, you're talking about the podcast? Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm talking about it."
Yeah.
Because I'm so like in my box.
Right.
People are talking about something. I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
I mean, you
What?
you outside and you outstanding right now.
I am.
You outstanding right
I
now.
am, but everybody is outside.
And outside.
Ain't outstanding.
Being outstanding.
Oh, yes.
Everybody's
No,
outside.
no, no, but I'm saying like you outstanding, and you standing out for like good reasons though. Not like your community work or something. Like you stand out for the right reasons. You don't stand out for these transport colors too, but I mean it's all good. We put that
People
up.
know I feel about it. I am an advocate.
So people know the world don't know yet. They
I'm
won't find out.
too, but
No, you advocate for a lot of different things. You know, well that's because you ain't got no check attached to it yet. We'll get there. I know you waiting on some checks. We taught the people in charge. Gotta get some checks. You know, matter of fact, I gotta call Shantae's husband and try to we can work out some situations. But we made something happen. But you, I mean, you just gotta get out
even
there.
if it's not paid, what I told you about how
Yeah.
we won't talk about Eric, but I think it's just a good idea just to get so we can we'll talk about it.
No, I think it's you
So
gotta
clip our stuff.
put yeah for sure. No, you just gotta get work out there, right? And then what happens, whatever's supposed to happen will happen. I think once you get the work out there, that's my thing. Is I meant to get the work out there, right? Because I think somebody was saying that she's like initially, like when you post videos, nobody's watching, like for real. Like, can you deal with that part? I can't remember who said it. She was just like, but like you have to be honest. Like when you first start, nobody's paying attention. Like you're new, nobody knows you. You know what I mean? Like can you deal with that? Because it's some people can't get past that part. They're so worried about. And I'm like, man, that was dope though because like you think about it. I'm like, damn, I never really go to the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I don't know who it is or anybody. You know, and then it just made me go when I post something. I'm like, okay, somebody watched it, all right. And I just moved on. I'm like, no, things will happen how they're supposed to happen.
For me, that's how I do it. It helps with like learning public speaking.
Yeah,
So I take that class, so this helps me with that, just getting comfortable.
it's a skill builder.
Yeah, and just being able to have like a conversation,
Yeah.
like you know, and it just flow the way it does, and not like because a lot of times we have conversations and it's like a combative tone or like
Right.
a tone of like who has to be right or who has to be wrong.
Right.
And that's what I was explaining to Johnny the other day. That's what's cool about it. It's not
Yeah.
about like
Nah, everybody has their opinions and perspectives, and they're okay to have it. Like it's not about agreeing; it's about
and I think we open
understanding.
each other's. Like
Yeah.
I might feel a certain way, but then after I hear your perspective, it like that doesn't mean it changes my mind,
Right.
but it can open my view and let me see, okay, now I have a better understanding.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's the underlying thing for everything is just understanding.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like even when we have conversations, I tell her like, I don't need apologies. I just need understanding because if you understand, you never have to apologize for that again.
Yeah.
Right? So like I'm sorry only holds so much weight. I'm not saying like she's not in that position where she's had to do that like that.
Ever.
Ever. And
Thank you, Brandon.
no, she's amazing. Like I've said that since we've been together. I have a great wife. I know what I have. I ain't afraid to say what I have. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? So I'm not tripping off that. But I'm saying like there is discourse.
Don't put me on that pedestal.
So but like I said, my thing is that it's like when I'm explaining something, it's because I just don't want to go through whatever that was again.
No, for sure.
Right? And so I just want you to understand how I feel, so maybe you make a different choice as opposed to something that bothers me and vice versa.
Yeah.
Right? The accountability is easy for me. It should tell you that. I don't care. It don't hurt my feelings to be wrong. Like,
Right.
all right. Like, all right, I was wrong.
Well, and when you're married, it's more of a thing like, oh, I hurt your feelings, or this is the issue. Okay, well, let me see what I can do. I don't want you to feel that way.
Yeah.
And your partner's supposed to feel the same way. So, it's, you know what I mean? Kind of balances each other.
Peace and protection. I say those two things. I stand on those two things.
Yeah.
Peace and protection. I'm supposed to take care of you, protect you, make sure you're good, spiritually, mentally. Not doing so great spiritual part. Gotta do better at that. But like everything else, good.
You're not a pastor.
No, but I don't be in church either. Like I should.
I watched online.
I mean, I watch it, but I need to commune. I need to go.
Okay, well, I don't necessarily feel like I have to.
I don't think it's more or less like you have to go or not. It's more or less like, oh, you see that?
Because it's like it's part of it.
It is part of it.
It's part of it.
but
It's
the main
important.
thing is
It's
you
not
have
the
to
end
have
all
that
be all.
relationship.
It's not the end all be all to our relationship or my connection.
Yeah.
Right? So I understand that. But I'm saying there is something to be said about going in fellowship.
When you're going to church, thinking that's actual relationship and you're already.
It is a topic.
I think there's a lot of people who go to church and think they like God's gift to the world, but come out of church and be sinning all the time. And
Well, that is a whole other.
yeah, it's like
That's
just because you go
But
to
you want to be
church.
a fellowship.
Yeah.
No, but my thing is
You're not at home living close
But
to
see, we put all that on
You gotta slap.
because I think a lot of times people put all that on church,
Yeah.
right? It's like
That's on man.
no, but I'm saying like people make their own choices at the end of the day, right? Like I can't. We just had a conversation before. I can't control what anybody does,
Yeah.
right? Like I can just do my best to live by the words God asked me to, right? It doesn't mean I'm gonna be flawless. It doesn't mean I'm gonna make mistakes.
Mm.
Right? Now, I don't want to live in the space of just making mistakes, though. Right? Like some people, it's a show for them, right? And so I know a lot of people get discouraged. And that's not just with Christians, it's with Catholicism,
Yeah.
Muslims, like a lot. People, I don't know people from all those faiths who are talking about the same thing. Like I'm going to fellowship with people that aren't living this way, right? And so it's every teach his own, right? Your process is your process to get hopefully where you need to go to in your spiritual development. I can't say how soon, but my job is not to judge you because we're at different points of our walk. My God, I just want to pray for you and hope that you figure it out. I don't like to see you struggling and doing what you're doing. No, I'm not. No, I'm just saying like in general.
Yeah, in general.
In general,
I
Yeah.
feel it.
no, I'm just saying in general, like that's just what it is. Like
That's just
I don't want to put that on you, but it's like I gotta. For me, it just depends. So like maybe, let's say Eddie posts something, I don't like it. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna reach out right away either, though. I might just let it. Now odds are, with Eddie, especially over the last since we've been doing this, it seems like he always ended up here anyway, and then we just ended up having a conversation. Sometimes before we get on the mic, sometimes we have it on the mic. Just depends on how we feel out there or what he want to do. Because like I don't want to put nobody's stuff out there if they don't want to. If they don't talk about it, or we can have a general conversation and it could be addressing whatever the topic is. So nobody know that it's personal to me and him in the moment, but it could be something we discuss and we turn it into something. So it's like I want to provide people with the space to like go through it. I don't have to agree, but I also don't have to judge either. And I think that's where a lot of us mess it up at. It's like, no, you're walking into this place of fellowship, whatever faith you are, and then there's judgment there. And that's the place where it's not supposed to be any.
Right.
It literally, like, you're taught to come as you are.
Yeah.
That's the whole point, is come as you are, right? Like, no matter what space you're in, this is the place we want you to be. Because we just need to plant the seed in hopes that it'll grow.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what I said, that the fellowship is messed up because we get so structured and focused on what you're not doing right. I can't even see the beautiful things. Right? So like that's what I said, that's what sums up this whole conversation about internet in real life. We get so hyper focused on stuff. People just want to give you that.
Yeah.
So they don't want to give you, like you said, the irresponsible part, or they don't want to do what Eddie's doing with his kid, or what I'm doing, because it's like they just want to give you what they think you love, not knowing there's so much more to us than all that.
Right, you're getting the
Right?
version.
And it's like, so, like I said, that's why I said it's so connected to the conversation, because literally that's what it all boils down to. It's like, man, I'm on here getting judged, right? And half the time, most of us are judging too. We judging. Like, now, you know what I mean? Turn around, man, I don't want to get to that, but like, we'll see some stuff. Like, yo, you see this? Like, yo, this is crazy.
My phone right now.
Oh, man. Oh, listen. We just read some stuff. We just talk about some stuff for here. Somebody said something, and I'm saying something else. So, like, we see all that. Like, yo, this is crazy, right? And it's like,
But you also have to start to, like, that shouldn't, somebody's comment shouldn't break you. You're putting it out there.
Yeah.
but you, like I said, it goes
you
in.
don't like, you have to eat that.
But it goes into your insecurities. It all plays into your insecurities, because you really don't want to say, I'm worried about what people think.
It's like you're living a life on Instagram that they're not, on social media they're not living.
Exactly. Like I said, that's the whole
Same
thing.
thing with like church.
Like, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
you're faking.
You're faking like you're a Christian, but that's not
Oh,
like
brother,
you're
sister.
you're living.
Happy to see you, brother. Happy to see you, sister Anna. And then you out here wilding. Well, I've seen people, two people I know specifically, one Christian, one Catholic. And these two people got some of the worst tempers. There's some of the craziest stuff. And then immediately want to pray over you and all that after they do it. And it's like, you know what? Don't go so far with me.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just keep doing that. You can't keep making mistakes and then want to hide behind it every time you do this. Like, maybe you need to really stop, reflect on it, and pray about like what you're actually doing, so that maybe you'll stop doing this stuff. Because like the way you're doing this is not a representation of what this supposed to look like. So like being somebody who worked at a Catholic school, which my experience overall was great, but that stuff is in that space as well, right? When you're in a school that's faith based, it's like there's people who will discourage you from being a part of it. Yeah, people who come in there who don't have any faith in anything. They don't believe anything. They're atheists, right? Looking to learn, and they're already being discouraged. Like, why would I want to be a part of that? So it's like, you know, we do such a good job of discouraging people. I think that's what discourages people from actually living their real life, because they're not everybody built like that. That's just a fact, right? Even if you cut from the same cloth, you're not the same texture. It's still different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people don't get that, because we can say that y'all not cut from different cloth, but you can also look at people who are from the same cloth doing the same stuff these people that are cut from a different cloth are doing.
Yeah.
Because the texture is different. We are not the same. And it's okay. My job is just not to judge you for it.
Yeah.
Just stop putting it out there like that, though.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
But they're not going to stop doing it, so you need to be.
No, I'm cool with it.
Strong with it.
I know. My thing is like, I'm cool with it at the end of the day.
About it, yeah.
I'm saying stop doing it because it's my responsibility to at least tell you what you do is what you do. Right? We were having that conversation earlier, right? Like, you mad about something you can't control.
Yeah.
How long are we going to do that? Right? Like, I can't make you not, but I can not subscribe to it.
Yeah.
I don't have to follow it or like it or
Yeah.
deal with it.
Enable it.
At some point, you're the one that has to take control of what.
Yeah, what you consume and what you do is
What you allow in your space.
it is on you. So, you know, any final comments before we wrap up, Eddie?
Man,
I think I said enough.
All right, man. We're gonna get us out of here, man. Thank y'all for listening. We'll see y'all hopefully next week. Everybody good next week? I want to get this on record. I want to get it on recording now. I don't even want to cut the mic off.
That's next week. Yeah, I'm good next week.
I'm good next week.
All right, man. Because now it's
Friday. Can we do Friday next week?
It should be good.
Okay.
But I got to think
What's
about
Friday?
it. You'll definitely get a text message quicker
What's the
than.
week?
All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for listening. We'll see y'all soon.